5 psychological traps, ranked from common to devastating, and everyone hits harder the sharper you are. These aren't flaws of ignorance, they're flaws of ability turned against itself. Starting with number 5, the trap that disguises avoidance as thoroughness. Number 5, analysis paralysis. Imagine comparing dozens of retirement funds, researching until the investment window closes with no purchase. That is choice overload. In classic experiments, a 24-option display yielded just a 3% purchase rate, while a simple 6-option display generated 30%. Smarter people often act as maximizers, exhaustively searching for the single perfect option. Because your mind is highly capable, you keep generating complex questions long after you have sufficient evidence. At some point, research stops improving the decision and starts protecting you from having to make one. But once a choice is finally made, what happens when you cannot let the past go? Number 4, the sunk cost fallacy. Imagine a product manager who keeps funding a failing software feature simply because their team spent months developing it. In a famous experiment, theatergoers who paid $15 for a ticket attended far more plays than those who received a discount, even though the performances were identical. Smarter minds excel at constructing elaborate forecasts to rescue these doomed projects. But completed work and spent resources are irreversible. Rationality demands evaluating future value, not recovering the past. Once past losses start defending present choices, we begin demanding absolute certainty from an unpredictable future. Number 3, overconfidence. Picture a highly capable student declaring they have a 90% chance of passing an upcoming exam without any objective data to support that specific figure. This is a failure of calibration, the actual match between how sure we feel and how often we are right. Classic studies show that when people claim 80 to 90% confidence, their actual accuracy sits at just 55 to 65%. Worse, getting more information does not fix this mismatch. It simply inflates our confidence. Highly analytical minds are especially vulnerable to this type of over-precision. Because they can build incredibly coherent arguments, their predictions sound exceptionally reliable, even when they are completely wrong. Their intelligence acts as a shield, hiding their own miscalibration while they easily spot errors in others. If absolute certainty can arrive before a prediction is ever tested, the real danger is what we do next with the facts. In second place, motivated reasoning. Imagine a tech-savvy shopper buying an expensive laptop. Instead of examining the evidence evenly, they cherry-pick glowing reviews while dismissing valid criticisms as irrelevant. This selective search is not about finding the truth. It is about protecting a choice they have already emotionally made. This is motivated reasoning. While accuracy-oriented reasoning asks, what is true? Directional reasoning asks, how can I reach the conclusion I want? High intelligence does not make this bias disappear. It simply gives the bias a better vocabulary. Because highly analytical minds are exceptionally good at formulating arguments, they use their cognitive power as ammunition. They generate dozens of sophisticated justifications for their own position, yet remain remarkably bad at producing counterarguments. Supportive evidence is judged generously, while contradictory data is classified as a special exception. Admitting error threatens your competence and status, so your brain actively works to keep the preferred conclusion safe. But once your intellect has defended a choice, the ultimate challenge is whether your actual understanding can survive a step-by-step explanation. And finally, in first place, the illusion of explanatory depth. We live surrounded by tools and systems we use every day, and we often mistake our familiarity with them for actual causal understanding. Imagine confidently claiming you know exactly how a bicycle's gear system works. You see it, you ride it, you feel certain. But when asked to explain the precise mechanics, exactly what moves, what triggers the next part, and why the final result follows, that confidence quickly vanishes. This is the core of the rating, explain, re-rate finding. When researchers ask people to rate their understanding of ordinary mechanisms, most give themselves high marks. Yet the moment they have to write down a step-by-step explanation, those self-ratings plummet. Recognizing a broad outline is not the same as explaining the causal sequence connecting one step to the next. For highly intelligent minds, this gap is a distinctive trap. Because you possess a rich vocabulary and a polished outline of a topic, you can easily mistake structured terminology for a functioning mental model. You build a coherent description that feels like genuine expertise, but it is actually just a placeholder. In the end, a confident explanation can feel like evidence, even when it is only a well-organized guess. These 5 traps prove intelligence isn't a shield against bias. It's just a tool to rationalize it. True smarts lie in questioning your thoughts, not defending them.